You know, growing up, I was mighty fortunate to have had a daddy and a granddaddy that gave me the most precious gift of all, and that was introducing me to the great outdoors. I was also blessed later in life to change my hobby into a profession, and was blessed even more to see each one of our children catch their very first fish. Now, I'm sure many of you know what that's like. Seeing one of your own shoot their first deer, call in a flight of mallards, gobble up that first turkey, or catch that first fish. Teaching them how to respect the outdoors is what it's really all about. It's a wonderful thing when we pass it on. Introducing a child to fishing is one of the greatest gifts you can provide, and it's well worth the effort, I can promise you. When you do, take along just a couple of rods. That'll be enough, believe me. You'll be busy as a possum or a coon in a garbage can just helping your young angler. You'll want to bring something else along that you won't find in a tackle box, and that's a good sized portion of good old-fashioned humor and a big slice of patience. Keep in mind that a child, whether yours or a neighbor's, will be trying hard to do the right thing. These budding anglers want to please the teacher, but they need a lot of help, especially in the form of patience. For example, just helping a child rig his or her rod or tying on a lure may seem like, well, it seems a little frustrating at times, believe me, but it can also be a lighter moment if you bring along your sense of humor. I can tell you from experience that catching that first fish will require more patience from you than it will from the child. Keep reminding yourself that a younger child's attention span is shorter than yours, so you really need to be able to catch fish on a fairly regular basis. Long periods of inactivity bore young folks quickly, so try to avoid this. Fishing for trophy bass may be your thing, but most kids under the age of 12 don't have the patience for this. Each child is different, of course, so gauge accordingly. An important point to remember is that when you take a child fishing with you, in reality, you're tagging along with them. So think about this. It's actually their show. That's the way to do it. Most likely, it's for the kids' enjoyment. And when a child enjoys himself, you'll join in on the fun. Quite frankly, fishing with a young child dictates that the adult angler must sacrifice a great deal. You have to strive to be patient, understanding, and helpful. After all, you most likely took the child, more than likely, you took that child or that young angler fishing for a good reason. And I doubt if that reason was for you to catch most of the fish. Now watch. Take it. Now flick it right like that. Now burn it. Watch this. Burn it real fast. When you get to the bank, slow it down right there. Go doop, 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 doop. Now see it? Now come on with it. See how you do it. Lean back this way just a little bit. That's good. Now I can tell you from experience that catching that first fish will require more patience from you than it will from the child. Trying to get the baited hook out to the right spot often isn't easy for the youngster, so you may have to help. If they don't get a bite in the first 10 seconds or so, they'll probably want to bring it right back in to see if the bait is still on the hook. Children are easily distracted if the fish don't cooperate fast enough. They quickly find that it's a lot of fun throwing sticks or rocks, or maybe even splashing the water with their rod tip. When this begins, and believe me, it will, remember the key words: patience, patience, patience. Now when that first fish bite occurs, that's when the real fun begins. You may have to help with several suggestions at this point. Possibly even net the fish or help land it, because you're gonna have one pretty excited youngster about this time. Big old slinky plank.
How much did that bass weigh?
It weighed 4 pounds.
Wow, that's the biggest bass I've ever caught.
I'm gonna turn him loose.
Okay, turn him loose.
Look at him go. You did good. Okay, here's a good question. A young angler texts me. He said, which lure would you choose to use from the bank on an open water pond? Okay, that is a good question. You know, I probably don't answer enough pond questions. I certainly get a lot of them, and believe me, there are plenty of anglers out there fishing small bodies of water and with fantastic results. But as far as your answer, distance and coverage are two keys to consider when deciding which lure to try in a pond. If the pond is clear to slightly stained, a lipless crankbait is an excellent choice, since it can be worked at various depths. Now, when bass are inactive, those that are suspended are better. When a pond is murky to muddy, my number one pick would be probably a 3/8 ounce single-bladed black spinnerbait. Repeated cast into the same area with a slow roll presentation is normally best. Oh, mate, look at that. Whoa, what a jump. Quite frankly, fishing with a young child dictates that the adult angler must sacrifice a good deal. You gotta strive to be patient, understanding, and helpful. After all, you most likely took the young angler fishing for a good reason. And I doubt if that reason was for you to catch most of the fish. Most likely, it was for the enjoyment of the child. And when the child enjoys themselves, you will join in on the fun. Oh, that one got it good. That's a good one. Kind of just ease him up. A lot of times, look, put your hand up here in front, and you got a little bit more leverage. Nice fish. Just ease him right down. Bring him right on, right this way. Ooh, that's a pretty one.
Did he swallow it?
Yeah, he swallowed it. Look at that. Boy.
That's exciting.
Look at that one.
How many times did that fish jump?
He jumped about 4 times. Look at him go. Ooh, look at here. Look at you. Ooh, that's a good one. He's gonna jump. He's coming up. Oh, look at that. He's running like goodness. Look at him. Reel. He's way down the lake. Look at him way down there. There he is. Reel. I bet there's fish with him. Look at him. Here he comes. Look at him. He's just putting on a show with him. Look at him. There you go. Just put a little, yeah, there you go. Put your hand up there in front of the rod. Yeah, there you go. And he got a little more leverage. Look at that. There's more bass right there with him. I'm going to step off in the lake. Look there. Look there. There's 3 bass right there. Look at them. I'm going to hold this one. See them right there swimming with him?
There's 2 right there swimming.
Look at that. Pretty, isn't it? Another nice one. Okay. I'm going to say bye.
Got one.
All right, just put a little pressure on. Keep your rod tip up. Ooh, nice one. Nice one. There's no doubt about it. Bass can provide a ton of fun and action. There's one thing you don't want to forget. Keep reminding yourself that a younger child's attention span is shorter than yours, so you really need to be able to catch fish on a fairly regular basis. Long periods of nothing happening bore small folks quickly, so try to avoid this. Fishing for trophy bass may be your thing, but most kids under 12 don't have the patience for this. Each child is different, of course, so gauge accordingly. Look at those bass with you. You got 2 bass on. Look at that. You got 2 of them on. Look at that. You got 2 bass on. Look at that. You got 2 on. Well, one of them just got off. Come on. You had 2 bass on right there. Look at the size of that one. Look at him. Look at that. You want to kiss him? You want to kiss him? Huh? Isn't that pretty?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm going to turn him loose. You ready?
Yes, sir. Today's been really special. Thanks for taking me.
We'll do it again. You want to? It's important to always remember that a young angler can't be expected to have the ability to even come close to doing some things correctly at the beginning. Special attention, care, and guidance must be given. Tell you something, if you handle it right, you might be lucky enough to develop a wonderful lifetime fishing buddy. A child's life can be influenced greatly by a parent, friend, or neighbor who takes the time to provide that personal direction a child so desperately needs while growing up. There probably isn't anything better than fishing to teach the real values of true sportsmanship and develop cherished relationships. Hey, look back on your own life. Remember that special person who took the time to teach you and to share with you the many enjoyable outdoor experiences of your youth? I'd be willing to bet that person holds a very special place in your heart.
Now I've gone fishing with Bill Dance today.